Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. All right. Been watching Donald Trump's Truth Social stock, the Trump Media Technology Group stock price. It's under NASDAQ, under DJT. I think it was NASDAQ, maybe it's Dow Jones. Anyways, it's under DJT. It hit a low today, an intraday low, which would be the lowest price for the year. This stock, it hit the market right around $50 a share or so and went up to about $77 a share. Prior to the July 15th incident, the stock had the stock was trading right around $30 a share. And then after the incident where at the rally where Trump was shot at, the stock price jumped from $30 to $40 a share. Currently, today it closed at $20 a share, but spent much of the day below $20 a share. So there's been a lot of correlation between enthusiasm for Donald Trump's re-election chances, being mimicked by the stock, and he certainly got a boost at the time of the shooting. Since then, that stock has been on a steady decline, and it is now at it's basically at a low. It closed at its lowest price. Gary and I have talked about this. I've talked about it before. Just the financials that came out in June of 2024. The company, Truth Social, had revenues of about $840,000. That's rounding up. Okay. They had expenses of about $16.4 million. So they made $800,000. They lost $16 million. For a net loss of about $15.5 million for the quarter. That's not how you run a business. And, again, you're hemorrhaging what would be approximately $60 million a year in revenue, or in profit. You're in the black, you're in the red, $60 million a year. Yet, this company is trading at a stock value of $20 a share, which is ridiculous. This is a penny stock. In fact, at its current revenue rates, it's going to be worthless fairly soon. It's going to burn through all the cash. Now, the stock price has been going down, and I think that's indicative of the general sentiment that Trump's campaign is in serious trouble. The other part that's serious trouble is in about 23 to 28 days from now. So next 3 to 4 weeks, 4 weeks at the longest, Donald Trump will be able to start selling shares of Truth Social. Truth Social will live and die with Donald Trump. Right now, Trump has been posting a lot to Truth Social, but he also has been posting up or reposting on X, Twitter. That doesn't do Truth Social any good because, again, the only thing that makes Truth Social of anything of value is the fact that Trump is on it. So all the MAGA folks will use Truth Social because there's no moderators, and they can post up any crazy stuff they like and they won't get it taken down. And Donald Trump's on there. If Trump starts selling stock, you better believe that stock price is going to tank and continue to tank. Because if Trump is selling his shares, people are going to be like, this stock's going nowhere. And, he's a purported billionaire, so he shouldn't need the money, the cash flow for it, even though on paper it's worth a couple $2 billion given the number of shares that he possesses. But still, it dropping down like this, he's lost billions of dollars on paper. So I want to look at the energy around Donald Trump and his reelection as it relates and correlates with the Donald J. Trump stock. Okay, sorry for the long intro, but it kind of helps to understand the finances behind all this. Again, for a company that's hemorrhaging $15 million a quarter, with little revenue, and I mean, they don't have a plan to increase revenue. This thing, it's a penny stock, and that would be even calling it a penny stock. Penny stock is speculative. A penny stock is a stock that sells for under $1. It's a very risky type of proposition. Typically, there's a lot of shares out there and not a lot of value in the company. Now, if they get it together, you can, when it's a penny stock, you can buy lots and lots of shares because they don't cost anything. And if the company gets it together, you can make a lot of money. Chances are, though, it's just going to go bankrupt. Where have we heard that before? Donald Trump in bankruptcy. Where have we heard that before? Come on down. Donald Trump, DJT, Trump Media Group. Stock price is declining. His campaign seems to be in trouble. Let's look at a correlation between the two of them. The foundation of the reading is the High Priestess. I'm going to just pat myself on the back now and say that Spirit's agreeing with me. This is kind of like, here's a pearl of wisdom for you. A stock that relies on Donald Trump's endorsement and him getting elected as President of the United States is sinking before the election might really be a forebearer of what we're about to see. Underneath it all is the Two of Wands. The stock is sinking and we ain't seen nothing yet. The action is going to continue. Now, he better have a great cross to get him out of this. The Seven of Wands, not a bad one. Fighting, trying to fight from higher ground. It's still, I guess one way to look at it is this stock was overpriced at the initial public offering around $50 a share. It's still overpriced at $20 a share, but its actual book value is, again, I think a couple months ago I said it would be worth 70, 75 cents a share. That's overestimating it as well. Its book value is really, really pennies. My brother's point on it was, you'd have to pay me to take that stock. I wouldn't put any money down on it, and I agree with Gary. But the only way to make money on this stock is to short it. But, the stock is going down, but it's not going to go down without a fight. Trump's campaign, if he suddenly gets a real boost in his campaign, sorry, my glasses are all smudged here. If he gets a boost in his campaign, that will do wonders for his stock. Again, like when he got shot at and people rallied around him, it was a short-term boost for his stock. I'm not saying that he's going to make any other arrangements to boost that stock price, but it just, correlation there. In the past, we have the World card. It's funny, this company hasn't even been on the market for 6 months, and I would say its best days are behind it. It's coming full circle. He was booted off of Twitter because of his lies and action denialism and everything along those lines. Twitter finally got around to kicking him off the platform. I guess they decided that the money they were making off him was no longer worth the liability. So we started Truth Social to move, so he could be back on social media. He was banned from Facebook too, and now he's been posting on Twitter again, which is going to be the demise of his company. And there's no agreements that Truth Social has to say that Donald Trump, they don't have an exclusivity agreement with him. So he can do whatever he wants. Because again, heaven forbid you put any type of guardrails around Donald Trump. Current situation is the Eight of Wands. Things happening quickly. Notice the trajectory of these wands isn't going up, they're going down. You're going to continue to see the stock price drop. And it's going to drop consistently and rapidly. That doesn't mean it's going to go to zero in the next few weeks, but expect to continue to see percentage losses week over week over week over week. I don't know if it'll be 10% per week or anything like that, but just expect it to decline. And I would say September, in August, with, if you got the 8, we've already seen a steep decline in August. It's down about 50%. Actually, I take that. Yeah, it's down. I think in the beginning of August, it was around $30 a share. Now it's down to $20 a share. So it's down a third of its overall price. And again, it's down 50% from July 15th. But it closed at $40 a share. So it's going down, it's going down, it's going down. Overarching energy is the Page of Cups, and I've touched on this before too. These poor MAGA folks, this is the part where I feel a little bit bad for them, in that they bought this stock in order to support Donald Trump. They took money they had, maybe money they didn't have, and they invested it into this company. Just thinking that it's Donald Trump, it's this company. And for them, I think it's more of a symbolic way of supporting him. But any objective person would say this is a money-losing proposition. These are the people that are kind of currently keeping it propped. So does Saudi Arabia in big, some big hedge funds and some countries and stuff like that are buying it to support Trump. But if Trump's presidential campaign flames out, this stock is going to go bankrupt. The company is going to go bankrupt, and the people are going to be hurt the most are the MAGA folks. The lesson to be learned: Donald Trump lacks integrity. The MAGA folks bought this stock on emotions rather than financials. They bought it because of the feels. They're helping him with that. As far as the stock price going down, correlating with Donald Trump, expect some big changes in September. He's currently propped by MAGA, but it's a fool's errand. Trump's campaign is circling the toilet. This stock is circling the toilet, and it's we're not even close to the end. We're going to get more and more of this. Outcome is the Two of Coins. Expect to see the valuation decrease. Expect to see Trump's campaign continue to decrease in value, in worth, in the probability of success. It's a spiral. It's a downward spiral. It's a death spiral for both Trump, his campaign, and his stock. It doesn't matter if you bought his $300 sneakers. It doesn't matter if you bought a fresh, shiny new red Trump baseball cap. At the end of the day, everything he touches dies. I do feel bad. I do have empathy for the MAGA folks. The loyalty they have for this man is second to none. One might argue that it would be better spent on Jesus, because at least Jesus loves you, and he's benevolent. And if you weren't going to go that route, at least love yourself and love your family and do the stuff that's best for yourself and best for your family. Worshipping false idols and stuff like that. Okay. In September, what happens with Trump's stock price through the month of September? Again, I see it going down. Let's see what the cards have to say about that. Just a 4-carder. Trump's stock price as it goes through September. Queen of Wands. Got childless cat ladies. I don't know if childless cat ladies are really going to drive the stock price. But there's action, forward-looking action to be taken. Six of Swords, going out of troubled waters to calmer shores. Four of Cups, not liking the offer. Page of Pentacles, messaging about money. There's that Two of Wands again underneath there. I think you're going to see more of the same, but also I think regulators, this could be a card of regulators, or it might be early for the lawsuits, but there's going to be some action being taken on this. Again, Trump has the ability to sell those shares. As the stock price, as it goes through September, people aren't going to like the news that they're getting regarding this stock price. Maybe there's some messaging about better times, but here's the thing. Trump is so used to everything being a private, not a public company, that you can't pump up your stock. That's illegal, and it could lead to actions like this. It certainly leaves you open for a class action lawsuit, and he's already done it. Six of Swords, I think the stock price is going to continue to drift downward. Four of Cups, people aren't going to like it. I would expect another 25% drop by the end of September. There might be some days where he makes money or something along those lines, but I think the overall drop is going to be, 25% of $20 is $5 a share. So it could be down around $15 a share. That's a guess. I mean, I'm trying to use the numbers on top of the cards, and the fact that a Four of Cups is 1/4 of it. That's generally what I'm saying. Trump may not sell right away. Now, I do want to read real quickly. If Trump sells, when Trump sells, what will happen to the stock price then? Now, there are forms, that Queen of Wands could also be, when Trump sells, there are forms you have to file before an executive of the company, like Trump would be. They have to file forms before they do that to give the market a heads up that an officer is selling shares. And, it's a certain amount of shares that they're going to be selling. You have to give folks 48 hours notice or 2 working days notice so that they can, react accordingly. Which, Trump, I'm sure, would be livid, because it means that it's like everybody else gets the insider trading and his hands are tied for 2 days, while everybody else, sells or buys or does whatever they're going to do. And he has to telegraph what he's going to do, and then everybody else gets to react to it in advance. So don't expect Trump to follow the rules as closely as he should. To him, there's probably more money to be made cheating and paying the fine than not cheating. And you can delay the fine, I suppose, in courts and stuff like that, so you don't ever have to pay it, because that's kind of his jam. Okay. What happens to the stock price when Trump starts selling shares? Six of Swords. Okay, so that was one of the things underneath here. I suspect Trump is going to sell shares. You're going to see the stock price go away. It's going to cause mayhem and confusion when he does it. Folks will be wondering, well, what does it mean? What does it mean that he's selling shares? One way he could set this up is a certain amount of shares get sold every month, so it's a regular occurring thing, so people don't panic about it because it's regular. Heartbreaking betrayal. Oh, the shareholders are not going to be happy with this. Celebration. The Queen of, you got the Empress. So what's going to happen when he sells shares? Either he's fled the country and he needs the money to take care of himself, which would lead to the heartbreak and betrayal, because he's fled. He's left his his supporters high and dry, as he's the president in exile, as Susan Lim would call him. People would wonder if he was ever coming back while the other people are celebrating. I do think, though, if we're looking just at stock price, or if he starts selling shares, his presidential bid is probably in jeopardy too. Things are going away. The loyal investors are going to feel betrayed by Trump selling the shares. The whole point, again, the whole value in this company is Trump. Trump is the value. If he goes, the company's value goes. It just is. It'll cause, again, mayhem and confusion. And some people will be celebrating, but it's not the long investors, it's the short investors. There's going to be people celebrating because they've already sold. They've already made their money. They predicted this would happen, and they took positions that allowed them to profit. This could even, be mildly indicative of some insider trading that's going on. Expect that Queen of Wands to come up. That Queen of Wands could be, again, some type of regulator or auditor coming in and checking things out. Trump's stock is not going to do well in September. It is not going to do well at all. And it's overvalued. I don't know what else to say. I hope nobody here owns any shares of it. If you do, I would urge you to sell them. Take whatever profits or losses, at this point it's likely losses, that you can. Learn your lesson and move on. You can still root for Trump if that's what you want to do. But don't get into a business arrangement with him. He leaves a trail of destruction wherever he goes when it comes to business deals. Go to his rallies, buy his shirts, do you, boo, but don't give him your money. Just don't do that. That's a bad thing to do. Anyways, we'll leave it here. Thank you very much for watching this video and supporting my channel. I appreciate it. This reading is for entertainment purposes only. I am not in any position to provide financial advice, guidance, or anything else to anybody. The opinions are of my own and are just based on personal values, logic, and sometimes the stock market is devoid of both of those things. So I could tell you that the stock price is going to tank in September and it could skyrocket. What do I know? I'm just reading tarot cards and trying to predict, using logic, storytelling, and tarot cards to predict the future. Ain't that interesting? Anyways, thank you again for watching this channel, watching my videos. I do appreciate it. Have a good one, and I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.